got here?
How?
Your daddy likes paint.
That makes no sense.
It will, son.
Kobe, clap back. Clap back, Kobe.
Bro, that doesn't even make any sense.
You'll get it one day, boy. Or maybe not.
Well, your mama's a hoe.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, paintballers and airsofters. Today's video is going to be different from ones I've done in the past and everything like that. Specifically, because I get asked this all the time. Like, I know I say it every time. Dude, you gotta come up with something better. I think about it and I'm like, well, if I was in this position, I'd be really scared too, and I'd be really nervous. So I'm gonna do something to help out my people and potentially future people to come over to the sport, because I think both are dope as fuck. Paintball, airsoft. If you thought today's video was going to be, you know, me saying which one I like more, I'm sorry, it's the wrong video. Legitimately, I am very sorry about that if it was misleading or something like that. Today's video is getting into paintball from airsoft. First step, congratulations. Playing paintball is, I don't want to say a commitment. If you get into speedball with teams and everything like that, and you get pretty integrated into your community, it definitely can become a commitment. But I think that's the wrong approach when you're just first stepping into the game. And I'll be explaining that in this video. So here's a comprehensive guide from Matt. I don't like everything about airsoft anymore, and I want to try paintball, and I'm scared about it. Coach Bondo. 1-800-ASK-BONDO. We should... I really fuck with that. 1-800-ASK-BONDO. With that being said, the first thing I want to say with getting from paintball to airsoft, the first thing you need to do, well, understand, is the fact that a lot of people, myself included, this is literally me, practicing diving when I first started playing paintball. You have to understand that you are going to suck, all right? You are going to compare yourself. You are going to strive to be better. If you're anything like me, you're going to want to be a perfectionist about it. That is not the approach I recommend. The approach I recommend is fully understanding that you are getting into something completely new, that I would argue less than 0.01% of the world knows about. This isn't something to be upset over. This isn't something to compare yourself to others that have been doing this for a really long time. You have to go into this with the mindset of having fun. At the end of the day, we are having fun. So, through all of that, let's take that mindset and let's apply it to the other things that we're going to talk about here. Yes, you can practice your slides. Yes, you can drill. Yes, you can network and talk and hang out with everyone and become the weekend warrior of the field. But that gives you no reason to throw yourself down this downward spiral mentally of expecting to beat Konstantin Fedorov your first day playing. So with that being said, I think the best second viewpoint to take from that is something that a lot of airsofters are doubtful over paintball over, and understandably so. Money. Yes, paintball is going to be more expensive. You have to bear that in mind. You have to understand the R&D and manufacturing process of paint is much higher than airsoft BBs. Let alone when you go to a field, you know you're going to be paying for field entry as well. This is going to pay for your referees. This is paying for your field that has to be cleaned. Okay, it has to be walked through every weekend to find thousands of barrel socks that you guys left behind. Okay, it's not like airsoft where they just kind of shuffle the BBs into a corner. Or it's not like airsoft where you can kind of just fuck up the same map for 2 years and no one really cares. Let's take it to those costs and let's talk about how to get around them, because there's plenty of ways to do this. Whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, what would a Bondo video be without some shenanigans? The first thing I want to say, just foremost, is thank you, legitimately, for just watching this video. I have a huge network of support around me between the Bondo Discord, the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, and of course, our newest addition, the Patreon. I want to thank the first 5 people that came over to the Patreon. We literally launched it yesterday, and we already have 5 people jumping on. I think we got a couple spots left because I didn't want to like sell out with it or anything like that, but these people definitely deserve some recognition because they are the reason I'm able to make these videos, travel as much as I do, play as much as I do, and of course, give you all the content you could ever want. The people I want to thank is Bondo Nashville. That's Logan Morris out of there. Thank you so much. Next squad coming up is the Cali Patriarchs. Thank you guys so much. Who could ever forget Omega over at 6mm Colt in Cali? Bondo Oakland! And then of course, the person that subbed during the making of this video, Elaine Estrid. I probably pronounced that wrong, and I'm so sorry. I give you full permission to give me a smack upside the head in the next video. Thank you so much. The first thing that I would recommend, legitimately, I'm not like joking around here, volunteer / ask for a job. Whenever I first started out, I was literally homeless. Okay, I was living under a bridge. I had a car, but I had no means of getting it under the bridge, and it got really hot in there in Texas. So whenever I was asked to come play on a consistent basis, because I was really stupid, I was really dumb, and I really sucked at paintball, but I wasn't scared of getting shot. I didn't know how to recuperate those costs, let alone afford my ramen and my trucker station showers. So I asked for a job. You'll come to find that paintball places, airsoft places, these are great first jobs, mentally and physically, to help you better off in your career. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Working at a field is a tough job. Some days you're literally going to be head deep cleaning rocks off of fields. Other days, you're just gonna be wiping down pod packs that were hit. It's really hit or miss. But one thing that's gonna be consistent throughout it is everyone shares the same hobby as you. Everyone loves being in the atmosphere because you'll come to find, just as you probably already know, fields cultivate families, cliques, and friend groups that you'll always be able to return to at any point in your life. That's my first thing, is, get a job there or something like that. The second thing that I would recommend to help recuperate costs with paintball is understanding you don't need the full head to toe, Houston Heat practice squad. I'm telling you right now, you don't need $170 joggers to go play. You don't need a $250 mask to go play. You don't need, some wild $200 soccer cleats that Lionel Messi signed and breathed on. Woo, Messi! I'm gonna lay it out for you right now. Cotton long sleeve t-shirt from Walmart, $20 at most. Dickies pants, $30 at Goodwill, if it's that expensive. Cleats, I'm telling you, my boys over at the clearance section at Ross, okay, that's the hookup. That's the fucking plug. And then of course, for a mask, I would recommend a JT ProFlex. Why? Because they're goated! They're the best. We've been over this. We're moving on. Now, for the part you guys have probably been waiting for, what gun should I get, Bondo? I am so glad you asked. There is actually a wide multitude of guns that I recommend, and I'm gonna lay them out right here. The first one I'd recommend is an LV1. This is gonna run you between $400 and $500. It's a tournament ready marker. It already has your programming, and it comes in at like $400 or $500. The second marker that I would put up as I would recommend this to beginners. Actually, you know what? For the second marker that I recommend, I actually literally have one here to show you. This is my Geo 3.1. With an IV core that I picked up off of Paintball Vault for, I shit you not, $325. Shipped. Now, you might be looking at this and being like, what's with this stupid looking tube right here, and why does this gun look so old, Bondo? It's because it is old. In paintball terms, it's old. It came out in like 2017? 2016? And that's pretty freaking old for an airsoft marker, which is pretty dang old for a paintball marker. But that's not the point of it. The point of it is still here in the year 2025, it's still winning tournaments. The Geo marker platform is arguably the best to ever come from paintball, let alone playing at Eclipse. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I recommend playing at Eclipse guns. If you are spending over $900 on your first paintball gun, you are doing something wrong. You are doing something incredibly wrong. I actually recommend going to BST pages. I recommend going to used paintball websites. Now, we have the money to ball. We have the clothes to ball. We have the gun to ball. Bondo. What's next?
Pull the fuck up, cuh.
That's all it is. I know in your head you can get really freaked out about it. You can be nervous. You can be shy. You can be anxious. Do me a favor here. Take my hand. All right. Yep. There you go. No one cares. Literally, no one cares at all. In fact, there's actually probably gonna be like 10 or 15 people that come up to you just to meet you and say hi. Here's the difference from Airsoft to paintball socially, in my opinion. In Airsoft, you know, you have your cliques, right? You have your group, friends and everything like that, but they're very gate-kept. Like, people don't ask each other, hey, I'm Bondo, pleasure to meet ya. That's not really a thing in Airsoft. Everyone just kind of does their own thing because Airsoft is so wide in what everyone wants, whereas paintball, it's much more centralized and everyone kind of understands why everyone else is there. I am going to go on the record to say I am still playing paintball with people who knew me before I even started playing. It's a weird dynamic, I fully understand that, and it's gonna be, you know, boggling around your head that you're so anxious and everything. I'm telling you right now, just go. Just go. People will approach you, people will say hi. If you have any questions, the paintball community is so open to helping people out, showing them the right way. You know, everyone's pretty much there to help each other out. Let me put it to you this way. If you saw in this one clip the other day when I was on the box, actually I might have cut it so you might as well not seen it. Keegan goes up and he starts shooting his gun, but it's not working. His air must have been disconnected somewhere or something like that, but his balls were just like kind of lobbing out of the barrel. They weren't really going anywhere. Out of nowhere, a random dude I have never seen Keegan interact with once just walks up to him and goes, here's my gun. When would that happen in Airsoft? I think we can get really like zoned in and very like greedy because in Airsoft we have to build our guns from scratch and it takes a lot of R&D and testing and buying parts and testing that and chronoing this, finding out you got the wrong spring. Whereas in paintball, if you need a microfiber, I'm gonna give you one. If you need me to call the game, 100% I'll call the game. You know what, actually, I have another stupid story. There was a guy who was gonna come out to paintball one time and he was like, hey, does anyone have a marker I could use? I don't know if my old one works. Sure enough, his old one worked, came to the field, had a great day. The problem is he went to go play his very first game and his gun exploded. Like mine. I wasn't gonna let this guy who drove all the way here, so excited to play paintball for the first time in 10 years, you know, have a terrible day just because his gun didn't work. So what did I do? I gave him my pride and joy, my Twister CS3. And he had a blast. He said that he got up on the box and someone went, who the fuck gave you that gun to use? I bet that felt amazing for him. Like, he was smiling from ear to ear when he came back. He told me thank you. He offered to clean it and everything, but there was barely anything on it. There was nothing for him to clean. And fast forward to 2 weeks ago, I find out he's playing for innocent bystanders. His paint is paid for now, and he's pretty much on a full ride paintball team for free at like 40 years old. That is going to be the really big difference, you know, the really big like set apart from Airsoft to paintball when you go for your first time. Now, we're at the field, we're meeting people, we're playing and everything like that. We're having a good day. Surely the video ends right there, right? Absolutely not. The fourth part I would recommend, we're just gonna call this bonus points. All right, we're gonna call this like, if you want bonus points from Bondo, I recommend you do this. I would recommend that you get to know as many people as possible. Legitimately, as many people as possible. I don't recommend going, "Hi, I'm Bondo." That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I'm saying when you get up on the box and someone has a cool looking jersey, fucking tell them! Tell them they have a cool jersey. Tell them that their gun is really coolly anodized. Ask the really good players about tips on how to play, what to practice, and what to do in certain situations. And above all else, thank your refs. I know it can be easy to be like, this field's so empty, you know, the refs aren't doing their jobs, yada 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 yada. Or like, you know, they're just kids fucking puffing their fucking geek bars behind the counter. Bro, you're at a paintball field. It is a very come as you are attitude. At the same paintball field that I see doctors and lawyers play at, I see literal homeless people come out from living under a bridge to go play there and turn their life around. Just get to know everyone. Try conversation. Ask about tips. Ask people what they thought of the last tournament. If you really want to get crazy with it, since we're on the topic, why don't you ask them about Airsoft? I'm kidding. Probably not the best thing to bring up your first day. But you get my point. But yeah, that does kind of lay it out. Coming from Airsoft to paintball, probably the best tips that I can give. Really, just don't overcomplicate it. Get out there. If it really does come down to it, just rent a gun from the shop if you really don't know if you're gonna go through with this. And if you are gonna go through with this, don't spend too much initially in case you don't like it or cannot afford it. So there you have it. Those are my tips laying it out for someone to come from Airsoft to paintball, to try new things and see if they like it. Now, me personally, if I was to say which one I like, Airsoft or paintball, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna have to be paintball for me. I do enjoy both so much because you can do like such crazy things in either that differentiate the other from the one. I think I enjoy paintball because it's a lot more structured, tournament-wise. I think the foundation is a lot more concrete and easier to follow for people both in and outside the sport. Did I leave something out that you think I should have included in this video? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you at the paintball field. See what I did there? Reverse psychology.